Good morning, everybody. This is passage 3 of the Hyde that I've had a couple of requests for. So here we go. Done, Matthew and others et al. Let's translate this together. Hi perum piri regem contra Romanos in auxilium poposceret. I'm going to just go through this so I can put it on as quickly as possible, talking you through it rather than necessarily writing it out, but you'll still have the joy of seeing my little red highlights as we go through anything I think is juicy. These men, rather, he, nominative plural, these men, poposcerunt, asked Pyrrhus, the king of Epirus, for in auxilium, for help or to help contra Romanos, against the Romans. This is incidentally where we get this man Pyrrhus is where we get the phrase a Pyrrhic victory from, which is a phrase that means that there is a victory that cost so much that it's questionable as to whether or not it was worth it. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger at the end of the movie Predator. Is mox he soon when it came to Italy. Is here, change of subject here, referring to Pyrrhus, obviously. He soon came to Italy. Then, we would say, then the Romans first dimicaverunt, fought with an enemy from across the sea. So soon he came to Italy. For then the Romans fought for the first time with an enemy from transmarino, from across the sea. Misos est, perfect passive. So we find the perfect passive. You obviously need to find then your nominative ending to find your subject of misos est. I nearly said he was, but it wasn't obviously he was. Publius Valerius Lavinius, the consul, misos est, was sent, misos est, was sent against him, who, cum, when, plus the pluperfect subjunctive, when he had captured the exploratores, the spies of Pyrrhus, cum plus the pluperfect subjunctive temporal clause, ordered them, duci. We'll find here a third conjugation verb with a passive infinitive. Lots of people forget this or muddle it up with a, I suppose, first person singular perfect tense of a third conjugation verb like duxi, which would be I led. So here it's he ordered them, duci, to be led through the camps, to be shown the whole army, then dimiti, to be, I suppose, a tricolon here, then to be led away, ut, purpose clause here, plus the imperfect subjunctive, then to be led away in order, purpose clause, that they might announce to Pyrrhus what, quaecumque, what indirect question here, what things were being done by the Romans, imperfect subjunctive there, indirect question. Commissa, soon, when a fight had started, when the battle had started, Pyrrhus, vicit, was victorious, won with auxilio, with the help of elephants. Then, so it was Pyrrhus actually, not Hannibal, that first introduced the Romans to the concept of elephants, or elephants in combat. So, but night gave an end to the proilio, to the battle. That sounds a little clunky, you know what I mean. But night finished the battle. Lavinius, however, escaped per noctem during the night. Pyrrhus cepit, captured, mille, 1,000, octigentos, 1,800 Romans, and tractavit, and treated them with the summo honore, with the utmost respect. He sepelivit, he buried the okisos, perfect passive participle, accusative plural, he buried the dead. Quos, connecting relative here, don't forget these. So don't make it the object just yet. So I would say here, find your subject, cum, temporal clause again, when he had seen whom, cum videset, when he had seen these men, jacere, indirect statement here, when he had seen that these men were lying dead with adverso, with wounds on the front of their bodies, and even with fierce expressions. So we have a temporal clause with an indirect statement there. When he had seen that these men were also lying dead with wounds on the fronts of their bodies, obviously here symbolizing their courage, and with fierce expressions, he dicitur, he is said, as soon as I see that, I'm looking for an accusative, infinitive. He is said to have, or an infinitive at the very least, perfect infinitive here. Excuse me, he is said to have raised his manus fourth declension noun, his hands to the sky, cum, with this remark. Excuse me, very sorry. That he, here the indirect statement is continuing into the next clause, that he, potuisse, conditional here, pluperfect I suppose, conditional here, that he would have, not pluperfect rather, that he would have been able to have been dominum, master of the whole world, see, if, here's our conditional, if he, if such soldiers had belonged, here's our conditional contrary to fact, if such soldiers had belonged to him. I thank you very much, and I shall see you all tomorrow.